All right, this is part two. All right, so what kind of? I already asked that question, didn't I? No. All right, what kind of experience have you had in writing?
Um, all self-taught. Well, yes, creative writing classes, if those count at school.
Mhm.
Uh, I've had a few of those where I've gotten to write like short stories, and but most of them have just been papers that I read. I read books like The House of Mirth and other books like that, and then I have to write about them. And I think that really contributes to writing because you have to pay attention to the story development. And as much as we don't want to say that school actually really helps with writing, it does because it's you have to understand the themes, and that kind of makes you know your own themes.
Yeah. All right. So, like, what are your methods?
Methods of writing.
Yeah, like, do you kind of like plot out a character in your head and you just kind of like insert him in a story, or do you like come up with some elaborate like world and then that's how you build around it, or what?
Well, actually, I get a notebook like this, and this is part of one of mine. I don't think you can see that,
Wow, that's white.
but it's basically I split up into sections, and I like to draw as well. So I take little drawings of the characters that I put, and I put it in that notebook. And sometimes it'll be like if they're a child, and sometimes it'll be like when they're an adult. And so I kind of put those along a timeline, and I just put like whenever I get like a little note or like a thought that like, oh, this would work really well, or I have like a good conversation, I just like I've actually been in the car and I have to pull over and write things down in my notebook because I just like I know I'll lose it. So my method's kind of I start off with the end of a book, and I start off with the end of the book, and then I write backwards, and
Alright.
sometimes I skip out the middle part. And I just fill it in my
No, like the middle. It usually gets like really, really slow and yeah, it's rough. Rough going. Alright,
How's it look a second?